but basically they're bullying you. And if you stay up to a bully, you get ready for whatever comes with it because they'll find a way to get you by tearing up your reputation. And that's how this works. Spreading gossip, rumors. And that's how it works. It works with adults, kids. It doesn't make no difference. This is how this happens. Unfortunately, for the person involved, it sucks to be on the other side of that. So hopefully me doing this video is going to help people out by talking about this subject because it's really a sad epidemic that goes on and goes on and on. And it comes from kids basically growing up, kids in school basically becoming bullies. And then they get older and they think, okay, I can bully somebody. Why not? I can bully somebody when I get older. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. It's just a different environment. So it's all the same.
How would you say that it is from when we were growing up, bullying back then versus bullying now, like as an adult?
Well, I mean, there's so many answers now. Like before, we never had so many cell phones. We have the internet. We have so many ways of technology is so advanced. So it's easier for people to run off and do anything they want. And there's so many cases why that happens because of that. So
Would you say back then, because we didn't have social media and as rapid as it is now versus back then? Because back then when bullying was there, I mean, people, if we were in school, your name, they just say something and then it spirals from there. And then you probably find out about it around lunchtime or when school's over. Now, they don't even got to tell you. You won't even find out. They can just put it on a text message, instant messenger, Facebook, and then there it is. Because everything's so rapid. And would you prefer bullying like it was back then versus how it is now? Or just not at all?
Personally, not at all. That's the way I would want it. I would want nobody to go through this, actually. I wouldn't wish this actually on my worst enemy because it sucks when you're treated like garbage and you don't even know the people. They don't even know you. But they know about you and they know who you are. They've heard rumors, but they don't know the truth or not. And unfortunately, what they heard is good enough to, to get you to check you out basically and watch you and observe you. It's good enough for them. They're like, well, I've heard it for so-and-so, John, and whoever else. Well, guess what? I'm going to join in. And that's how this works, unfortunately.
Would you say that, kids per se, who's going through bullying, has gotten to the point of suicide, committing suicide, but would you say that adults are handling like a little bit better than how kids are handling it, or do you think adults are doing it too, but they're just more low key with it?
Well, I would say adults are still doing it, but it's more low key, than kids because kids they don't, it's class, it don't go no further. But with adults, it's like I said, with kids, it could be more physical. It could be physical because it's kids. You know what I'm saying? But adults, they don't want to take that route because they know it's trouble, and they don't want to mess themselves up. The goal is to bring you down. So they'll do more of a psychological thing, like more verbal because they don't want to get caught.
Now let's talk about more of the narcissistic sociopath. What are your views on that? Like, what do you think? What is your idea on that? I mean, what do you think? What is your input on it? When it comes to people.
Well, I mean, I personally feel sad about it because they have no idea what's all they know is what's been told, and it's sad to see that because you have different kind of narcissists. That's what I'm glad we said that. There's so many different forms. For what I've looked up and I've defined it, is you have covert, you have just regular people that just like I said, just regular narcissists just want to see what's up. So you have so many different versions of it. You know what I mean?
Now,
defined so many different ways.
Would you say that it's different from women versus men and boys versus girls? Would you say it goes hand in hand?
It's different. Guys, boys are more physical because that's easier to handle. Actually, that's a lot easier because, you have a problem. I say to a bully, stand up to him one way or another. And if you're going to swing, go out swinging. That's what I tell everybody. I know some parents would agree with that. They'd be like, hey, don't do that. Talk to him, try to reason with him. But I say, try A and B. I call A and B. Try first approach, try to talk, try to reason it out. You can't reason it out. I say, you got to do what you got to do. And I say, at least go down swinging, throw some hands up. But with girls, you can't do that way. You know, I mean, you can't hit a girl. That's a no no matter what. I don't care what the scenario is. Nobody's not going to feel what you're saying. I don't care what you're talking about. So what I tell you to do when it comes to a female, you know, female thing of it is totally different. What you got to do is play a game, I call it, you know, and try to, you know, avoid it, because girls are different. Girls are more gossip, rumors, spreads like that. That's the way they work. You know, they get back at you in a different form. Girls not retaliate fast. They think it through. They give time, because what you don't realize is it's kind of like being in a relationship with a man and woman. You're in a relationship. What you think is like, you get an argument with them, you think it's over because you're a guy. You know, you're like, oh, whatever. You know, she said it was cool. You think it's done, right? No, that's not the way that works. Basically, what that means is you're going to get this later. It's payback, and it's coming. And it's coming in a different form that you didn't see coming, because you're thinking it's done. You think the argument's done. You're like, ooh, they dodged that bullet. No, you didn't dodge that bullet. Basically, what that means is I'm getting you later when your guard's down. And that's how that works.